What's up, guys? Welcome back to another one. Glad you could join me. So today we're going to talk about what is meditation exactly. Now, you probably heard about meditation mentioned before, especially in the self-improvement space. It's become quite a popular topic to talk about. Now, what meditation basically is a state of awareness. It's a state of mindfulness. It's being able to put your focus on what you want to put your focus on and shift your focus off of things that you don't want to focus on. So the idea is, with mindfulness, if you become aware of something, then you can, first of all, know whether or not if it's positive or negative, and then you can decide whether you want to continue thinking about it or not. Okay, so when you close your eyes and you're laying there like a monk, like you guys have seen before, what do you actually think of, and how do you actually meditate? So the way that I think of meditation, and this is just my personal opinion, is that it has two forms or two large groups that it can be categorized into. The first group is disconnecting. The second group is visualization. So basically, the reason you want to close your eyes is because there's so many stimuli, so many receptors in your eye, and there's so much going on with your eyes. It's one of our senses that uses so many cells and receptors to process information. So if you can get out of the state of being over analytical and you can close your eyes and avoid all that stimuli, then you can focus your thoughts more on things that you want to focus on, and you're just eliminating distractions basically. So that's the key behind why you want to close your eyes. It's basically just to focus in on what you want to focus in on. So for the first one, guys, when you're disconnecting, most of the people in life walking around, guys, you got to think about this. Most of them are not even thinking about what they're doing in the present moment. Most of them are walking around thinking about things that happened in the past, reliving horrible events, making up false scenarios in their head, worrying about the future. Not very many people are actually living in the present moment. And some of you may be doing this too. And I know before I started meditating and before I started becoming more aware, I was actually doing the exact same thing. So the first step basically of meditation is you want to close your eyes and you want to be aware of the thoughts that are coming into your head. You want to analyze these thoughts. What does your subconscious generally gravitate to? Chances are, unfortunately, it's going to be negative thoughts. So you want to be aware that you're having these negative thoughts, and then you want to clear them out of your head. You want to get to the point, guys, where you're not thinking about anything. When you're doing this, you're going to notice that random thoughts pop into your head. You need to focus on not continuing to think about them. Because I don't know the way that our brain works, but thoughts will randomly enter our head. Thoughts that we don't necessarily want to enter our head. Now keep in mind, the more that you do this, the better that you get at keeping those negative thoughts away and being able to focus quicker back onto being mindful. So get rid of those negative thoughts, and you need to reach what basically I like to call a flow state. So this is where you're fully focused, you're in the present moment, you're almost basically observing life, almost like you're in like a third person. It's basically where there's no thoughts entering your head, you're fully clear-minded, you're present in the moment, and you just see your body moving in space, or just if you're just sitting there, of course, your body's just there in space. Not outer space, but just in the space around you. So this is beautiful when you get into this flow state, guys, because you're fully able to focus, you're able to be present, you're not stressed out, you're creative, you're at peace, and you have joy. This is the state where you can create, and this is the state of neutrality where there's no stress, where there's no negativity bringing you down. And you got to keep in mind, guys, that stress through your thoughts cause a cascade of reactions within your body to make your body think that stressful situations are happening to you, just as if you're experiencing like a very stressful situation in the present moment. So that's why it's so important to clear your mind. What you put your thoughts on is what you focus on. All right, so the next version, or the next category, I should say, of meditation is visualization. Now, this part is really important to do after you disconnect. You want to disconnect, guys, and get into that flow state so there's nothing distracting you from what you want to visualize. So now with a clean slate, you want to visualize the person that you are right now and the qualities about yourself and the qualities about your life that you do not like. You need to be aware of them, because awareness is key to change. If you don't know that something is there, you don't know what to change, you don't know how to change it, you're not aware of it. You don't even know what you don't know. So you need to become aware. Now, I don't do this for a very long period of time, but I just focus in on whatever it is that I want to change. Be aware of the past me, and then you visualize the version of yourself that you want to be. This is the version that is, more confident, whatever that it is that you want to focus on improving. You want to improve that thing. You want to focus on the life that you could be living. You want to focus, guys, just picture yourself and feel yourself in that moment, because it's not alone just your thoughts that you want to focus on. It's also the emotion of having that thing. Now, you could say, if I don't have that thing yet, I don't know what emotion I'd feel. But if you really longed for something and you got it, you would feel joy, you would feel peace, you would feel excitement. So all these common emotions, like opening presents on Christmas Day, that excitement, guys, is what you would feel if you could achieve the thing that you want to achieve. So just focus on that. Focus on the thoughts and see it and feel it as well. Feel the emotions that would be associated with that life that you're picturing. Your brain doesn't really know if something's happening in the present moment, if it's real or if it's fake. So thoughts and emotions will basically prep your body and your mind for the life that you anticipate. So it's going to be easier for you to get that life. And once you get that life, it's going to be easy. It's going to be like a piece of cake. Like it's what I expected. And you're going to be able to receive it so much better, and also not just stay satisfied and continue to push and get better and better and better. So now that you've done all this, what's left is to practice being this person. Now, I say practice because it's almost like you got to fake it till you make it, but you mentally believe in your mind and you feel in your mind that you are this person, but you need to go and start acting like this person. Now, when you start acting like this person, you're going to start to feel different. It's going to feel weird. That's imposter syndrome, guys. It's very common when you're trying to change yourself that you feel like you're not who you feel like you are. You feel like you're an imposter. But guys, that is normal, because you are so used to feeling the way that you typically do, and you don't know what it's like to feel something different. So when you practice something different, because your mind and your body is ready to be somebody different, you're going to feel what it's like to feel being a different person in the present moment, if that makes sense. So it's not a feeling that you're used to, but the more that you do it, the more you'll get used to this feeling. It's almost like the idea of if you're used to being a loser, and if you're used to being somebody that loses, you're going to be addicted to the feeling of losing. So when you win, it's going to feel strange. But if you just continue to act and win, you're going to get used to now that feeling of winning, and now you're used to being a winner. It's the same kind of idea, guys. So you need to just fake it till you make it, but not in the sense that you're being fake. It is practice of being the person that you want to be. Practice is how you become who you want to be. And you're going to get more and more used to this feeling of being this person. And then you're going to look back over the course of weeks and months and years and realize that this isn't faking it. This isn't practicing. You are being this person. And the practice aspect is just the mentality of you want to continually improve on yourself. You want to continually improve on what it is that you were trying to be. So that's the aspect of practice. Practice is doing something to become better. And that is exactly what's going to happen. As you develop a new personality will cue a new personal reality. Now, that's a term that I heard from Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Guys, if you haven't read that book, I highly recommend it. It's where I'm getting a lot of these ideas that I'm talking about right now. So basically, we went over the two categories of meditation, one being disconnecting, two being visualizing. So one is focusing on not thinking about thoughts. The other one is focusing on what you want to focus on. That is two huge pillars that if you could take anything away from this video, take this away. You're trying to get rid of what you don't want. So you're trying to avoid what you don't want and what you shouldn't want. And you're trying to gravitate towards what you want. It's all about eliminating things that are not serving you and that do not compute with you and things that you don't want in your life, and then focusing on only what you want to focus on, guys. That is really how you get ahead. You got to put the blinders on and just focus on what you want to focus on. This is so freeing, guys. Instead of living your life every day as the person that other people want you to be, living your life focusing on what other people are doing and worrying about what other people are doing, or one of the worst ones is worrying about what other people think of you. Instead, you stop thinking about all that stuff and you just focus on what is important to you, and you just get rid of all the other stuff. It's not a selfish thing because you are working on building healthy relationships, so your focus is on people in your life that you care about, your loved ones, and building up those relationships, building up a better you that's more has better moral values, better integrity, a better man or woman. So these are not selfish goals, but it's just eliminating all the things that you shouldn't be thinking of, and then focusing on all the things that you should be thinking of. So what's basically left now? So what's left now is just putting in the work and the time that it takes to put in the work. This doesn't happen overnight. The more that you meditate, guys, the better that you become at this. And this really could all just be words, or it could be something that changes your life. The only way that you're going to know if this could change your life is if you give it a try and if you be consistent with it. All that I've said up to this point seems to make sense. Guys, common sense is a beautiful thing. If this makes sense to you, first of all, subscribe to the channel, leave a like and leave a comment. Give it a try and update me, guys. Let me know how this has worked for you, if it's worked for you, how you're doing it, how your journey is, what you're focusing on changing, because it really does work, guys. If anything, meditation allows you to become more focused on what you should be focused on and not focused on what you shouldn't be focused on. So try it, put in the work, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching. Peace. And last thing before I go, actually, just remember, guys, it's okay to not be happy with where you are, but you need to try something different, try something new, and be consistent with it until you get to where you want to be. So don't forget that.